What's up YouTube, Cole Watson here, and I'm back with another video. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. On this channel I talk about spirituality, personal development, and holistic health. We are a bunch of people trying to be our most resilient selves, so join us on our journey. And if you're not new here, what up, shawty? You know I'm gonna get loose. So today, if you guys see me in the same outfit, it's because I've recorded multiple videos this day, so I don't know which video is gonna come first, but don't try to come for me. I'm clean, okay? But I'm winding down. It's the end of the night. I've been vlogging, recording videos, editing for you guys, you know, just enjoying my day. I cooked food today. It was really good. Y'all will see that in the vlog. But I was just winding down, you know, drinking my wine, and I was like, you know what, let me just get on here and talk to them for a minute, like just have a heart to heart. So I just been reflecting on my life a lot lately, reflecting on a lot of the lessons that I've learned, a lot of the hard truths I had to swallow, you know, the radical honesty that I had to be with myself. And I kind of just wanted to touch on the topic of time. Because, y'all, I've been through some pretty traumatic shit in my life. I've been through pretty traumatic shit, okay? And this is beyond breakups, but breakups included. Breakups are very traumatic. They hurt like fucking hell, okay? And I'm not taking none of that away. However, what I've learned through all of my traumatic experiences and through my multiple breakups, and this last one specifically, is that time does not heal all wounds, okay? What you do with your time is what will heal the wound. Let me say that one more time in case y'all didn't catch it. Time does not heal all wounds. What you do with the time is what heals the wounds, okay? So if you're sitting down right now and you went through something traumatic or you went through a heartbreak and it seems like things are just not getting better, you have to evaluate yourself and really gain some inner standing of what you're doing with your time to take charge of your healing. Because your healing is your responsibility. It's not anybody's responsibility to apologize to you, to make amends with you, to make you happy, to bring you out of the sunken place. It's your responsibility. So just letting time pass and being passive with it is not going to heal the wound. The moment you actively decide to show up in your life in the right now, in the present, is when things will start changing, is when your healing process will begin, is when things will start shifting for you. Because if you passively allow time to pass, what happens is you never actually deal with the situation. So you're taking old wounds into new relationships, into new situationships, because you never actually healed the wound, you just suppressed it. You just allowed time to pass hoping that it would just go away. You never actively dealt with it. So what you do with your time that you're allowing to pass is what's going to heal the wound. When you actively show up to work through your trauma, to work through your triggers, okay? And I say that because time is such an iffy concept. It's so elusive, I should say, because time is very fluid. We look at it as present, past, future, but the past does not exist anymore. The past is no longer here. It does not exist. So anything you're thinking of in the past has already happened. It's not coming back. So one, you're just running yourself in circles thinking about it. And two, you're doing the shoulda, woulda, coulda thing and placing stories and scenarios on a situation that you will not get back in your life, a time and place that you will not get back in your life. But because your mind is so fixated on that past time, you are no longer in the present moment. You're no longer currently active in your life. You're passively letting time pass you as you stay in that past moment, as you stay in that past emotion. And if not, you're on the other spectrum of things where you're constantly just thinking and hoping and wishing for the time when you're not feeling like this anymore, for the day that comes when you're not in this emotion anymore, instead of presently showing up and actively working through the emotion to get out of it. So it's such a myth when they say time heals all wounds, because it does not. If you just allow time to pass passively, nothing's going to heal, nothing's going to take place. Time will just move on. The world will just keep spinning. But the moment you actively show up in your life, the moment you actively take charge of your healing, is when things will start to pass, when things will start to get better for you. But you have to actively show up. And I say this from experience because my last breakup, y'all, it took me a long time to get out of that. A long time. Because I was still stuck in that mindset of, well, time heals all wounds. But it didn't. I was wallowing. I was stuck in like quicksand in a past emotion, praying for the day that would come when I wouldn't feel like that, instead of just showing up right now and dealing with the shit that I need to deal with so I could move through it. And that's a lot of our problem. We don't want to deal with our shit. We don't want to show up. We don't want to take responsibility. We want to have someone to blame it on, especially if the breakup wasn't our fault or if the trauma wasn't our fault. We want to blame it on someone, so we don't want to move forward because it's not our fault. Cool. It ain't gotta be your fault. It ain't gotta never be your fault. But it's your responsibility to take charge of your healing and to make sure you're happy and to make sure you're giving yourself the best life possible. Okay? Because nobody's gonna take responsibility of that. Nobody gets to live your life experience but you. So if you're waiting on time to heal anything, you're just playing the waiting game with yourself instead of actively showing up and taking charge and taking control of the time that you have. All the time that you have is currently in the present moment. Because in the present moment, as of right now, the past and the future are being created simultaneously. So the most important time in your life is the present moment. And you're not in the present moment anytime that you're thinking of the past, reminiscing about the past, replaying the past, rewriting stories for the past, or if you're constantly thinking of the future, thinking of what will happen or what you will feel like when you're out of this emotion. So a good thing to practice is something I started to practice when I started to come into this realization, was that all those feelings that I wanted to feel in the future of when I wouldn't be hurting anymore, of when I wouldn't be sad anymore, of what I would do if I wasn't sad, I just started fucking doing them. I started doing them right then. I started acting as if and feeling myself in these emotions right then. And it wasn't very hard. It was absolutely hard. It was absolutely uncomfortable. However, the more I practice showing up right now, the more I practice showing up as who I wanted to be in the future, the more I actually felt like my future self. The more I actually felt like things were changing. The more I started to trust myself again, the more I started to trust my life again, the more I started to live my life again, is when I started healing from the things that I was going through. Is when I started actually seeing other realizations, when I started making other connections. I was able to connect the dots as to why things had to happen the way they had to happen, so I could be in the position that I'm in today, so I could have the knowledge that I have today, so I can move with finesse the way that I do, so I can be in flow the way that I am. I had to realize that all these things happened because I took charge of my time, I took charge of my attention, I took charge of my life, I took charge of my happiness. So that's just my little quick spiel for you guys. If there is something that you're going through right now, if your heart is hurting, if you have anything that you're working through and you're just passively letting it pass you by, nothing's going to change, beloved. You have to actively show up in your life. You have to actively show up for your healing. You have to actively show up for yourself. And the more you step into the present moment, the more you release the past, the more you will flow into the future. Okay, I promise you. But just letting time pass isn't going to heal anything. It's what you're doing with that time. You actively showing up. You working through your traumas. You triggering yourself so you can figure it out and work through that. Okay? That's the most important thing when you're going through very, very traumatic, very tumultuous things, is to pull yourself out by always aligning with the present moment. Anytime you go back and you start thinking, but fuck, I wish this could have happened, or fuck, why did it have to happen like this? Just start breathing. Start breathing and bring yourself back to the present moment, because replaying those shoulda, woulda, couldas aren't going to help you. And also going back and trying to piece together all the things that happened, trying to play detective and it's not helping you, it's hurting you. You're creating more suffering for yourself. The best thing you can do for yourself is move to the present moment and accept that once was no longer is. Okay? That once was no longer is. But now there's all this infinite space to create something else, to be something else, to shift into something else, to move into something else. You guys, we have to remember that things have been changing our entire lives. Things are constantly changing. There's nothing in life that has not changed. So everything is bound to change at some point. Now that things have been shaken up in your world, you get to say what direction this change is going to allow you to go in. Is this going to allow you to take the back seat in your life and to be very depressed and allow time to pass you by? Or are you going to take the front seat of your life and choose the next direction that you're going to go in and let this be for something? Okay? Because everything can happen for us if we allow it to happen for us, but that means you taking control of the next direction in your life. It can happen to you if you allow yourself to just sit in the back seat of your life and keep reacting to all that life is throwing at you, because life is going to continuously throw shit. Okay? And so as you're moving through time, life is going to continuously throw shit. And if you're not in the forefront, if you're not in the driver's seat, if you ain't got both hands on the motherfucking wheel, you're going to be swerving all out of control out of your lane and wondering why you're not in alignment, because you need to get in your lane. But your lane is in the present moment. So, again, for those that ain't hear me, time does not heal all wounds. It's what you're doing with that time that will heal the wound. Okay? You can't keep blaming other people for why you don't want to trust anyone, for why you don't want to get in another relationship, for why you don't want to have friends, for why you don't want to do this, for why you don't want to do that. You have to stop blaming other people, because at the end of the day, no matter what someone else has done to you, the reason why you don't want to do it is because you're afraid. Because you're afraid, and you need to diminish the fear by being courageous enough to take control over your life, to take control over your decisions, to take control over your time and your attention. So stop giving your time and your attention to things that are not serving you. So if you have to let go of something, if there is something in your life that you need to let go of right now, then I am inviting you to step into the present moment and to accept that no longer is, so you can appreciate what actually is right now, so you can love what is actually going on right now, because you don't see the bigger picture. You only see that little minute piece that you think you want. But in a couple years, you'll look back and you'll be like, damn, I'm so glad that I didn't get that piece that I wanted, because then I couldn't have this picture that I'm sitting in right now. You know, so allow things to unfold for yourself, but the only way they can unfold is if you catch up to you, and your highest self, your most highest, most purposeful being is always going to be in the present moment, not behind you. Anything that's behind you is done. It's no longer serving you anymore. It's meant to be let go of. Yesterday, the day before, the year before, all of that. You need to flow into your life. Flow into the present moment, so that way you can flow into your future with ease. So that way you can flow into yourself, flow into your higher being, flow into your existence, and enjoy this place here, enjoy this space, enjoy this time. So that's all I have for you guys right now. I hope this helps someone out, somebody that might be going through something. If you have any questions, please drop them down in the comments below. Any questions, concerns, anything like that. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends, you guys, because we all go through some things at this point. You never know who this might touch. You never know who needs to hear this, who this might inspire to get up and really, start doing something or actively participating in their healing. If there's any questions you guys have on how to heal from a breakup, how to heal from trauma, where you should start, what you should do, drop your questions down below, and then I will gladly make a video for you guys, or post something on my Instagram for you guys, or send something out in my newsletter for you guys. But yeah, so I love you guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Talk to you soon.